Welcome to It's Happening in Grand Prairie. I'm Georgia Clemson, and we have a wonderful, exciting guest for you today. We have Mr. Bob O'Neill with the City of Grand Prairie.
Well, thank you, Georgia. Good to be here.
Oh, it's great to have you. Tell our viewers your official title with the City of Grand Prairie. I know you're economic development guru of Grand Prairie.
Thank you very much. I'm the Economic Development Director, obviously, of the City of wonderful Grand Prairie. And I'm also, in my other hat, I'm the Information Technology Director in my spare time. So
wow.
It's all good.
That covers a lot of territory.
Covers a lot of territory.
But today, let's focus in on economic development. How about that?
Let's do.
Everybody's excited about that in Grand Prairie. It's an exciting time in Grand Prairie, isn't it?
It is unbelievably over the top right now. I mean, all the great things are going on all across the city. And, obviously, the biggest news ever has been our new IKEA announcement, of course, that everybody's seen in the news, and we are so excited. Everybody's got their screwdriver ready to put their furniture together.
Yes.
And ready to go. But IKEA, you'll see the tent on the property flying in May or early June when they do their shoveling the first dirt. So I'm sure you and the mayor will be there to happily greet them.
To do our part.
Hey, do your part.
Yes.
And the actual store will go up and open in the fall of 2017. So that's actually when we'll all be able to drive in and grab everything. And I tell you what, that has raised the level and awareness of Grand Prairie in that area. I mean, our I-20 161 area has been our gold mine for such a long time, and
yes.
It's wonderful to see it being recognized by such a great retailer, a big destination. And obviously the information we now have and the people that we're talking to that want to be close to IKEA and be there, we're really looking forward to not just IKEA opening, but many great retailers, which we aren't able to talk about today.
Right.
But there's a lot going on behind the scenes right now in terms of developing the rest of that property. So we're very excited that finally 161 is delivering what we'd all hoped it would. So
right.
We're
It
just
is
very excited.
Our golden corridor, isn't
It is going to be our golden corridor.
Yes.
So,
and Bob, IKEA is so much more than just a furniture store. What will that, for those who don't know, what will that include in the store?
oh, well, of course they have, of course most of it is their furniture, but they also have, they're going to have a restaurant in there for us to, while they hate to see you leave, right, too soon.
Right, and
So
they don't want you to be hungry.
They want you to be hungry, so they'll have that in there, and that's always going to be popular. The good news is, the other good news is they have jobs. So they'll have 250 jobs that our residents will have available to them and work there, which is just great. And they have a lot of traffic, which we're all very excited that they'll bring with them.
Yes,
yes, right. So that's
great.
a great thing. Other great news for us, of course, is just right on 20. And again, economic development for the city, I have a lot to do with many of the commercial development things, but the Epic is also a huge traffic generator that's helping out with bringing new retailers there. So that has brought great excitement with the new rec center along with the water park. I mean, that has now talking with all kinds of people about the traffic that brings, and a lot of new development wants to be close to that. So,
and we're talking about good traffic, aren't we?
Good traffic.
Yes.
Yes, that's right. The great traffic that comes. And so, when that opens up also in 2017, that those two things are just a 1-2 punch in what's bringing in. And speaking of new development and traffic, obviously the third item, besides the wonderful parks that we have, is the transportation system that's going to bring in. We talked about 161 and how that opened up things. 360, the new tollway, has begun. It has actually begun. And so you've seen signs at Lynn Creek Parkway, but we have a lot of vacant land up and down that corridor that is going to be opened up to new commercial development that we're all very excited about. So we hope that by the end of 2018, maybe the beginning of 2019, all of that 360 is open as a tollway from Camp Wisdom down to 287. So I think that helps bring so many people in and around Grand Prairie and adds just to the convenience of everybody. And I know the mayor's going to be excited that no one will have to stop at Camp Wisdom and wait in the traffic to get across that intersection. But all the intersections are being designed with the Texas turnarounds that we all know and love to help people get in and around that area of Grand Prairie. So we're very excited about that.
And if they don't choose to use the tollway, they still have the
the access roads, right, exactly. So we're just very excited about that coming into town. So that's a terrific thing. We, just going on and on. We have so much going on with downtown, and I know everybody's very excited about that. Everybody's, of course, driven into downtown lately, have seen just how wonderful things are beginning to look with all the new building fronts and so on. And that has started to generate more and more traffic and more business into downtown. But our next big announcement that people will see is that our old fire station, which is located, we're right across the street from the City Hall campus. We built the brand new, beautiful fire station right down the street that adds to a nice anchor for downtown. But the old fire station is going to be repurposed to being a restaurant. So we will be hopefully beginning work on that with our new restaurateur, which you can't name today, but they're coming. Hopefully construction starts on that in May or June. And we have a couple of things to the north. One is there is developments going on around Carrier and 360 that are happening. We may have another new hotel there. We also have a couple of more restaurants that are being constructed on the northwest corner over there along with that.
Wonderful.
We're having, of course, again, transportation. Access roads are going to be underway not only this year, but next year to help bring traffic on the west side of Beltline from 7th Street back into the Beltline Road area and open up all kinds of opportunities there. We also have the MacArthur is going to be under construction. I think today may even be the start of that. And that'll help bring traffic. And also there's the retail land that is on the north side of MacArthur and 30 there that we hope to have a lot of good announcements on once that road opens up. So all very good.
So much potential.
So much. Isn't that wonderful?
And so much happening already.
And so it's just great to see. And now that, of course, Lake Ridge being done and all the work that's there, we're just very excited about that.
It's wonderful. Thank you for bringing us up to date with economic development.
Oh, it's very exciting. You're very welcome. It's always great to be here with you.
It's great to see you. Thank you, Bob O'Neill.
Thank you, Georgia.
And we'll be right back.
Jessica, we need to leave right now.
I need to get something. Dance recitals are so boring.
There's a meaning no one knows. Waiting to be set
So
free.
what's the empty suitcase for?
The grand prize trophy.
Duh.
Confidence. Pass it on.
I was born to be somebody.
Welcome back. And welcome to our very special guest, Mr. Bill Moser with the Grand Prairie Chamber of Commerce. Welcome, Bill.
Georgia, thanks for having me again.
You are very colorful today.
Yes, I decided since it was the February that I would wear my St. Valentine's Day tie and my red shirt.
Well, you look very
just like your
nice.
red jacket.
Yes, we're very coordinated today.
We are.
I just would love to hear your new news about your sustaining members.
Okay. Well, yes, there is some new news about sustaining members. We always talk about our sustaining members first because they're the ones that provide the majority of the money to cover our nut every month. And we have one new sustaining member. I'll talk about that in a minute. But we have our regular old sustaining members who we really appreciate. And if you have a chance, and if this is something you need or a service that you need, please try to patronize these people because they help sustain our chamber. We have Hong Kong Market Asia Times Square. As a matter of fact, the Lunar New Year is going on right now, and they're having a
Yes.
big celebration out there. So go out and see Matthew and all of his people at Asia Times Square.
And that lasts for a long time, doesn't it?
It started at the end of January, and it goes all the way until the 6th of February. So
Great.
yes, it's a 2-week long celebration. There's lots of neat stuff going on out there, and the Chamber's part of that too. But it's mostly the Asia Times Square Hong Kong Marketplace
Yes.
folks. But they're an Emerald sponsor. And then we have our Platinum sponsors, Airbus Helicopters, Classic Chevrolet, and my personal favorite, Grand Bank of Texas. At the Gold level, we have ER at Grand Prairie, JMH Printing, Medical Center of Arlington, Neighborhood Credit Union, Encore Electric Delivery Service, and a new one this year is the Grand Prairie Independent School District. So now we have the
Wow.
school district and the city.
Yes,
And
great.
I asked Alex about that earlier. She said, well, they're trying to give us something back for taking her, but I said it was going to take more than sustaining membership to cover that little.
Of course, of course. Alex is special.
Yes, she is. Okay, so we got Grand Prairie Independent School District at a gold level. At the silver level, we have fast signs at Highway 67, Traders Village again. At the bronze level, we have Baylor Medical Center in Irving, Bean Massey Burge Funeral Home. The city of Grand Prairie, maybe we should tell the city of Grand Prairie that the school district is at the gold level. Okay, City of Grand Prairie, Funeria del Angeli Funeral Home, Grand Prairie Ford, La Patron. It's a Mexican restaurant out on 303. Haynes and Boone Law Firm, Lockheed Martin Fire and Missile Control, Sam's Club, Texas General Hospital, Texas Healthcare Arlington Memorial Hospital, Titan Contractors, Verizon Theater at Grand Prairie. A lot of great shows coming up this year. Victor's Event Room at the historic Anderson Building, Walmart in Grand Prairie, and of course, as always, Uncle Bob's Self-Storage.
Always end with Uncle Bob's.
Always end with Uncle Bob.
That's great.
One of these days I want to meet Uncle Bob.
Yes. And what else is going on, Bill?
Okay, well, since it's February, we're kind of back to a full slate of events for the month. Last month we had our awards banquet, which was really cool at the very end of the month. This month, at the end of the month, we have our State of the City, which is Mayor Ron Jensen. I'll talk about that in a little bit. Our first event in February is the Luncheon Lead, which is now always held on the first Tuesday of the month. It's February 2nd. It's between 11:30 and 1. It's at Mixed Up Burgers at the Grand Prairie Airport. It costs $10 for your lunch, and that includes a tip and everything else. And the speaker this month is Terry Sullivan. And I'm assuming Terry could be a male or a female, but let's
Yes.
hope that Terry's a male in this case. And Terry's going to be talking, I'm saying it is. Terry's going to be talking about creating a LinkedIn brand. And a LinkedIn, I think, is that thing where you register your name. It's one of those newfangled things
Right.
the kids are using nowadays. Okay, and the next event we have is our African American Professional Networking event, which happens at the Chamber office. It's always on the, I think it's the second.
Well, it's February 9th,
February 9th,
right?
right. It's
Okay.
February 9th.
We know that.
7 to 8 at night. It's at the Chamber office over on Conover. Then we have our Coffee Cup Connection, which is always the second Friday, which is February the 12th. The African American Professional Network doesn't cost anything to get into, and it's open to
Good.
anybody who wants to. The Coffee Cup Connection costs $1, and then there's a drawing at the end, and you could win your dollar back. It's held at the Chamber office on Friday morning, February 12th, from 7:45 to 9. And this month's topic is someone from the State Comptroller's office. And Alex didn't fill in what the topic was, but I'm having to guess here. Taxes, maybe? I
Oh,
don't
a
know.
popular subject.
Popular, yeah. At
We
any
need to
rate,
know about it.
something we need to know, right.
Absolutely.
And I'm not sure that's what they're talking about, but I'm assuming. Okay, our monthly luncheon this month is really special again, too. It's going to be held at the Ruthie Jackson Center. It's always the third Wednesday of the month. This month, that's the 17th. And the topic is going to be evaluating the CTSO presentations. And CTSO stands for Career Training System something. At any rate, it's an organization that rates the career training projects of all the different things. And so it's going to be about Dubisky Career High School, and they're going to have a lot of their career training things out there, like the tractor repair guys and all those different things. So that's going to be really cool. It's $20 ahead of time, $25 at the door. Like I said, the date is the 17th. They want your RSVP by the 12th, and I would encourage everybody, if you're going to go, to RSVP ahead of time, or to RSVP, because the last 3 or 4 that we've had have sold out. And if we don't tell the Ruthie Jackson Center how much we have, and you show up at the door, you may not get in.
Right. It's very important.
Right. So please call Alex or Lynn or Greg at the chamber, 264-1558, or you can email. Everybody's email is the same. It's their first name, Alex, Lynn, or Greg, at grandprairiechamber.org. Okay. Following that, on the 18th, we have our Branding Irons breakfast. The Branding Irons are the chamber ambassadors. They're a very active group in our chamber. If you want more information, you can always call Sandy Morrison. She kind of heads that up. Her number is 972-742-2996. But their monthly breakfast is being held at Edelman's at Prairie Lakes this month. It's February the 8th, and it's from 7:45 in the morning till 9. They just basically have networking and talk. Our Hispanic networking meeting, which is always the 4th Tuesday of the month, is February the 23rd this month. It's always at the Pioneer Event Center. It's sponsored by North Texas Elite Catering, and there's going to be an officer from the SBA there to talk about SBA overview, the different programs that the SBA offers. And just like the African American Networker and everything else, it's open to anybody who wants to be there. And last but not least, we usually have our
State of the City?
Well, we have State of the City, but we usually have our business after hours on the 3rd or the 4th Thursday of every month. In January, that's our awards banquet. In February, it's the State of the City.
Yes.
So this year, February the 25th, at the Ruthie Jackson Center, between 6 and 9, we have our State of the City. I don't think it's going to last till 9, but we have it reserved for that. We have our State of the City. Mayor Ron Jensen's going to get up and talk about all the great things that are going on in the city of Grand Prairie. There are sponsorships still available. You can call anybody at the chamber to do that. This event almost always sells out, so I would encourage people to go and get their tickets early on. Tickets are $50 a piece, and at the very latest, they want you to RSVP by the 19th. But the date of that event, again, is February the 25th, and it's at the Ruthie Jackson Center, and it's always a very interesting event. Ron and Charlie have put on a good program for the last however many years we've been doing this. It's really cool.
It's always wonderful. It's usually a sellout. They need to get their reservation in soon, and we'll look forward to that.
And if they want to sponsor, we do still have sponsorships available.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Bill. We got a lot in that short time. That's
we always
wonderful.
do.
It's a busy time of the year for the chamber and for our city. Thank you so much for being with us.
All right. Well, thanks for having us again. We always enjoy coming and telling the people of Grand Prairie about what's going on in the Chamber of Commerce.
Yes, thank you. And we'll be right back.
You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one.
Welcome back, and welcome to our next guest, Libby Clausen with the Grand Prairie Arts Council. We're so glad to have you, Libby.
Thank you so much, Georgia. Always thrilled to be here.
You always give us good news from the Arts Council, and we're ready for some today.
Absolutely. We have so many things going on we want everyone to know about right here in Grand Prairie. We're very excited about our Murder Mystery Dinner Theater. We're kicking off the year with this. It's going to be at the Uptown Theater, February 12th and 13th. And as a matter of fact, we have already sold out the Saturday, February 13th show. But we do still have tickets available for Friday the 12th. Now this starts at 7 o'clock, and it's going to be a whole lot of fun. We're going to do it all around the theater. We're going to start out with appetizers on the main stage, and then we're going to move backstage. So if you've never been backstage at the Uptown, you get to tour the backstage area. Then we're going to move into the studio theater, which we call the Black Box Theater. And the main part of the show will be there. We'll have plated salads. Then you'll go out in the lobby and get your buffet dinner, come back to your table. The show will go on all around you, and then we'll finish up with dessert in the lobby and the studio theater as well. And we have hired the company Murder Mystery Players out of Irving, and we've worked with them numerous times for these at venues all over the city. Our last murder mystery was at the library. And so this one we're having at the Uptown. And the show they're doing this time is called Murder I Do. And it's a wedding between two prominent families, and there is a murder right before the wedding that leads to a whole lot of scandal, and you have to figure out who the murderer was. So they're a whole lot of fun. We're seating people at tables of 4. If you buy a table of 4, we'll reserve your table for you, but you can come with just 1, 2, 3, 4 people. You can come with the whole group. We have a red hat group coming with 8 ladies, so we're going to put their tables close to each other so they can sit together. The catering is by Carino's out our I-20 location here in Grand Prairie. So we're going to have a great 3-course meal, non-alcoholic beverages. We will have a cash bar open where you can buy beverages of your choice. And it runs from 7 to 10 o'clock. And like I said, our Saturday the 13th show is sold out. So we have about 50 tickets left for our Friday the 12th. So folks need to go ahead and go to our website, which is artsgp.org, and grab your tickets for that show, because it'll be a great way. If you don't have your Valentine plans, we got it set for you, and we even have Valentine favors for everyone who comes. So we've got your Valentine's date all set for you.
That is perfect. That sounds action-packed too.
And I'll tell you, it's a really good value. It's just $46 a person.
Wow.
And that's for your full 3-course dinner plus the show. So it's a whole evening. You can do Valentine's for a couple for under $100.
That is a perfect Valentine's
It really
date.
will. And the Uptown is such a beautiful venue, so we're very excited to have people come and enjoy our downtown area and have a lot of fun for Valentine's weekend.
Great. Thank you, Libby. That sounds good.
And what we also want folks to know, you can still buy your season theater tickets, as I've been telling everyone all along. So when you're online buying your murder mystery tickets, go ahead and go over to our 2016 theater season page. Take a look at the package. A really good value. You can get your season tickets for $50, $65, or $80, and you get to see all 4 shows this year, which are Driving Miss Daisy in March, Mary Poppins in June, Addams Family in October, which is a new musical, and then Hansel and Gretel Fairy Tale Opera, which we're doing in conjunction with the city in December. And if you don't want to buy all 4 of your tickets right now, you can buy them individually. And our first show is in March. It's March 4th through 6th and 11th through 13th, and it's Driving Miss Daisy. And those tickets for that show go on sale February 4th. So if you like to just buy your tickets for the shows as they come up, right now we're just doing season tickets, but on February 4th, Driving Miss Daisy will open up. And then as soon as Driving Miss Daisy closes in March, we'll have the individual tickets for all of our other shows come up.
And Driving Miss Daisy, that has to be a favorite of so many. What a great way to kick off the season.
Do you know, we already have several groups that are bringing large groups of folks to come see this show. So we're very excited about it. Denise Rodriguez and Eric Kreiner, 2 of our hometown favorites who have been with us forever. And then John Morehouse, one of our favorite imports from Dallas, is coming to be part of that show. And wait till you see what our set designer is doing. The set is going to turn on a huge turntable. The car scenes, the apartment scenes. It's going to be, it's really exciting. What Matt Betts is developing on the Uptown stage is going to be so great, and the rehearsals are going wonderfully. So it's going to be a great way after our murder mystery dinner theater to start off our theater season.
Oh, yes. And remind us the date of Driving Miss Daisy.
Driving Miss Daisy is March 4th through 6th and 11th through the 13th.
So right before spring break, is that correct? Or is that-
Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely. And then right after that, we go to our concerts in the park. So it's just one thing after another. And we're also participating in the Main Street Festival this year. So we'll go from Miss Daisy to our concerts in the park right to the Main Street Festival.
That will be an exciting time.
So much going on, and we want folks to get involved. We want folks to know, we want people not just to come watch the arts, we want them to participate. And we have lots of great opportunities for you to do that. We have some art shows coming up that kids can be involved in, shows that folks can be involved in. So go on our website and check out all the great things that we have planned for this year.
That's exciting. The Arts Council really contributes to the quality of life here in Grand Prairie, and we appreciate you so much and all you do for our city.
Thank you, Miss Georgia, and thank you for letting us let everyone know what we're doing.
Well, of course. Thank you, Libby. And thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Georgia Clemson, and I'm reminding you that it's happening in Grand Prairie.